On 10th October, around I think 45 of us met at Haryana Bhavan at New Delhi, and the commitment was made that day that it is our duty to guide the youth of this country. If we don't do it, who will do it? And majority of those 45 people, I will say maybe around at least 35, they were retired from their normal profession. Around 10 of them were still very much active, whatever they were doing. But still, despite their active participation in their normal routine day-to-day activities, they were ready to devote their energies for the youth of this country. Because there was a burning desire in their minds and in their heart that we should do something for our country. And it was decided that our focus will be the youth of India. So when we say youth of India, that means colleges and universities will be our target. And of course, from the schools, 11th and 12th students, and maybe even 10th also, that could also be our target. So we should devote our energies to talk to these people, to connect with them. Unless we connect with these people, establish a relationship with them, just giving a lecture alone is not good enough. So we decided that we will go to these colleges, talk to these students, and then after talking to them, find out some faculty members and some active students and start study circles in these colleges and universities. That was the idea. So we are just 1 year old today. And within this 1 year, we have been able to take a few baby steps.
The report, Arvindji will give a report.
Yes, sir.
Right, sir. So, yeah, he will give the detailed report, sir. I'm just giving a very outline.
Right. Let us start.
Yes, sir. So, generally, in all these states, we have taken the first step of starting the WhatsApp chapters. And some of the WhatsApp chapters have started blooming into full-fledged active chapters. They have started already conducting lectures. Where all those things will be told to you by Arvind Tripathi ji. The fact is that we are trying to connect with more and more people everywhere. Today, around 200 plus highly active, dynamic people are with us. Though you may find the profiles of hardly around 50 speakers on our website, but there are more than 200 who are in touch with us. Maybe some of them are in the process of sending their profiles, which will be put on the website, and the universities and the colleges, they will be free to request us so that we can, depute any speakers in their area. Now, with this background, the people who actually led us to this level where we are, Lieutenant General N.S. Malik ji, Professor G.S. Murthy जी, लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल वीके चतुर्वेदी जी, मैं ये कहूंगा कि ये तीन हमारे सबसे बड़े गाइडिंग लाइट्स रहे हैं इस दौरान, जिन्होंने हमको एक दिशा प्रदान की कि हमें किस डायरेक्शन में जाना है, और इनसे आज भी हमको दिशा निर्देश मिलते रहते हैं. तो हम बड़े सौभाग्यशाली हैं that we are moving in the right direction. And where all new chapters have become active, all those things will be told to you by Arvind Tripathi ji. So I think with that opening remark, I will say, I request Arvind Tripathi ji to give a formal report of last 1 year, what we could achieve. Arvind Tripathi ji, please go ahead.
Very good.
Namaskar, everyone. So as Commander Jetli ji has already given a very good and brief overview, and we all are already kind of aware of, but let me summarize through what has happened in last 1 year. So I'm going to share one presentation here. Is it visible to everyone?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, it's clear.
So This is our youth formation. Rashtrartham Yuva is the Sanskrit of it. And this is our website. Now, the inception happened that, as has been already told, it was done on 10th of October in Haryana Bhavan. And we had a meeting which was chaired by General N.S. Malik, Professor Murthy ji, V.K. Kotiala ji, and General V.K. Chaturvedi ji. There were about 40 plus members there. And there the mission was decided that the mission will be basically to connect with the youth in the colleges and universities. Now, why do we want to do? Obviously, most of you are aware. There are all sorts of influences going on, and in that scenario, our youth often gets confused or misguided, like what exactly and what the right way of thinking. And that's where it becomes more so important that they should have a guiding light. And when we have so much experienced people around us, it would be a shame that still if they are misguided. So that's the reason our mission is to connect with the youth in the colleges and universities, inculcate nationalistic mindset in them. So basically thinking about the nation first always. It is about instilling pride in youth about our ancient history and culture. So they should get to know about our roots and connect to the roots. And they should be proud of what we were and what was our ancient history. And also, we have to inspire youth towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now, why is that important? Is because Atmanirbhar Bharat is directly linked to national security, as you all know. I mean, we all have seen now after the Ukraine war that how important it is to be self-reliant. And so Atmanirbhar Bharat and inspire the youth towards always thinking of grabbing the local opportunities. And also, this is about encouraging youth to be environmentally and socially responsible. So this is kind of a core mission that we have, we go with. And whenever we approach colleges and universities, it's all about, no matter which stream of experience we come from, whether we come from economics, technology, we are historian, veteran, anyone, we can always bring down our experiences to two things. One is nation first, and second is Atmanirbhar Bharat. We can always tell, no matter which stream we work in, we can tell how this is very important for the national security, and also what can we do to be self-sufficient in that. So this is pretty much the mission. Now, who are the people with us? We have about 200 plus group of expert seasoned citizens with us. Those are mainly armed forces senior veterans. So we have like General Chaturvedi ji is there, Admiral Puri, and there are lots of many more senior veterans are with us. We have academicians, research scientists. Hamare Alok Srivastava ji was talking from Germany. He's from the nuclear chemistry, and our Professor G.S. Murthy himself comes from the nuclear chemistry. So we have IAS, IPS bureaucrats. So we have Prashar ji and Gulati ji is also here, and many more Tripathi ji ambassadors who have worked in various fields are with us. We have industry professionals, entrepreneurs, so people who are working in the private industry or people who have worked in the various fields and working on various technologies, like myself. So we come from the industry background. And then we also have the authors and artists, social activists. So we have all sorts of mix of people. We have authors and historians with us, like Dr. Vedvi Rajaji and all that. All those are with us. So we have pretty much a very good mix of people who have seen the Bharat through various, angles, and all come to one conclusion that Rashtriyata, Atmanirbharta are the two important aspects. We have to put seed in the minds of our youth, so that there is no vacuum, and then there is no risk of let's say OTT or Bollywood kind of trying to fill it with all kind of nonsense, Then what are our main activities? This is the radar of activities that we are going to do. I mean, a lot of it, because it's been only 1 year, there are a lot of other activities which we will be taking up. But this is pretty much the radar of, all the activities which are on our radar. So first is inspire and motivate youth by sharing career experiences and success stories. So we obviously, as you just saw, like the mix of people we have lots of success stories with us and various sorts of career experiences. And when such people speak to the youth and the student in the university colleges, they love to hear, because they do want to hear from the people who have, kind of gone through certain phases. So it's always encouraging. Then we also contribute to the student orientation programs through student induction pack of NEP 2020. This is the something in progress thing. Our Commander Jetli ji already participates in student orientation programs regularly. But the idea is now that NEP 2020 has mandated and through AICT to have certain orientation from outside only. I think that's where we will probably fit very good, and we will be exploring it and getting fit into that, so that a lot of orientation programs we can reach out. Then there is also whenever we talk to students and where there is a demand for like counseling on career paths and employable skilling and entrepreneurship. I mean, the thing is, youth also wants to know what are the career paths they have. I mean, I know there is an environment of like always kind of going abroad and all that. But as Gulati ji was also talking the other day, it's important that we show them the career paths which are available and what are the local opportunities available which they can grab. And we can also have certain interaction with the industry leaders as well, who share their experience. So the idea is academic industry sort of partnership in that regard. And we also have to focus on their skilling, which should be employable. So that edge is important, that their skilling is employable, and also entrepreneurship that we have to inculcate, so that they become the job givers and not really job seekers all the time. Obviously, when we go and do the lectures, that's one part of it, but then we keep our presence on the premises afterwards also. And there we have regular engagement through our study groups, which we call on-campus Yuva Circle, which is essentially about a faculty and a few students form it, and then they remain in touch with us. And it's about giving them some certain topics to discuss and then come back to us. That's kind of initial state. But later on, it will be also guiding the other students and also participating in social volunteer works and all that. So we will have a continuous engagement with the colleges, like the universities, after the lecture is also given. So that's the idea. So it's not that once lecture is given, then it's gone. No, we will time to time coming back to them and for the counseling as well. And another is which is about recommending books to the libraries and hold lectures on the various famous books which are written in the past. Nowadays, what happens is like students really don't have time, or they don't have that habit now to really go through the books. While there are so much famous books and we have treasure of books available which were written in the past, and those should be brought to the students. So that's where we will be recommending books for the libraries also. In fact, libraries do ask like what are the books should be kept, and that's where we see the opportunity that we should be recommending. And not only that, we should also hold lectures on certain famous books. So for example, if there is certain book, like the other day Prashar-ji was talking, there is a famous book about diamonds, like how diamond cutting was. Diamond cutting, of course, is a very important technology where you have to go through the light reflection within the, all that kind of processes are involved to cut a diamond. And that was available in India, ancient times. So there is a whole famous book written about diamond cutting, but that is like very rare now. But if someone has read it, then they can talk about it to the students. So that kind of, bringing out the knowledge to the students is also important. And finally, is about workshops on raising awareness and proactivism on the environmental sustainability. As clearly we all know, environment is very important, and our cultural practices are also likewise that we do care about environment. So it is important that students do feel responsible towards the environment, and they are aware of various good practices which they should adopt in their lives. So we had a lot of sessions with the Youth for Nation. Within 1 year, we have reached out to 100 plus school, colleges, universities. And despite Corona, thousands of students were addressed online as well offline. So we have various places. We've been to many places. And we have also conducted seminars. So we did a seminar on Subhash Chandra Bose birthday and Swami Vivekananda birthday, as well as on the Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay ji seminars. And seminars and conferences are something which we will continue going forward. We have now, so good thing now is we have now chapters in all the states of India. So we have about 20 we have grouped certain states. So more or less we have like 22 groups now, which represent all the states and union territories in India. So for example, Assam and Northeast is clubbed into one. So the chapters are being launched in each state and university with the encouragement and blessings from government and honorable governors. So that is happening. It's good that we have, lots of support coming to us, seeing our, mission. And on 18 December last year, Assam governor himself did the inauguration of our Assam and Northeast chapter. Professor Jagdish, Honorable Governor of Assam, Professor Jagdish Mukhiji. Likewise, we had Haryana chapter inauguration in April this year, along with the partnership with Haryana Higher State Education Council, Panchkula, and Governor Saab had come for the inauguration in the Kurukshetra University. Then we are also kind of going global now. Professor Murthy ji was on a trip to US for almost 4 months, and he was reaching out, and in fact, it was very encouraging to see how Indians, Pravasi Bharati have taken it with the full excitement. And he had lots of meetings there, and they all are ready to support us. So it's good that within 1 year we have achieved so much. We have reached out to the colleges, we have reached out to the global diaspora. We have government and all helping us. We have lots of ideas also coming. So it's a very good beginning, given that it's just 1 year, and lots of work to do and go. To be done in future. And obviously, it's we all are in this together. So unless we all are, all our efforts are required, and a lot of you are already giving, and I'm sure others are again going to put their full efforts in coming future. But once we activate our, respective states and chapters, you will see that these activities will tremendously, multifold explode. So that's what is going to happen. And as Professor Murthy ji has said, we will be reaching, 2 million students in 2 years' time. That's our target. But I'm sure if we all get activated, probably we can surpass more. So that's pretty much, and that's pretty much our journey, and we have just started. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for your efforts. Commander Jetli ji.
And we have a list of all our members, location wise.
Yes, sir, we will have it. Yes, we will share it.
Yeah, their location and telephone number, so that we can contact each other whenever we want to have a program. We can call some of them.
Yes,
So
yes.
that will be great.
Yes, that's another thing. So the cross coordination across chapters. So once the chapters become active, then yes, the cross coordination is the next thing we will be definitely focusing.
So if we have
that day.
the list, it will be great.
Yes, yes. Commander Jaitley, sir, next.
Haji. Now may I request Professor G.S. Murthy ji to say a few words about Youth for Nation, its background and all that little bit.
Should he not be in the last?
Sir, unmute, sir.
Okay, is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Acha, thank you, Jaitley ji. And I don't want to make any speech, but I will make some observations based on my personal experience. This is a mission, national mission. It is the responsibility of all of us to see that youth is informed with good ideas and nationalism and nationalistic issues ke bare mein, which whatever we can do, we have to do. That is the main purpose of this group, because youth always decide the future of the nation. That's why we selected this. And we formed this, and we are doing this last 10 years. General Malik, under the stewardship of General N.S. Malik, we started in 2012. Now this Youth for Nation name was given in 2021, 1 year back. But the same work now, it is systematized, and all over India it is going to take place. But what I is in 1 year, fairly good amount of work is done, basic work, but not to the expected levels, because it will happen today. At least about 50 to 60 people who are hearing, they can influence another 50 to 60 people, and we should be committed and specifically doing some work, and that some lecture or somewhere arrange karna. That is the main job, is to reach the youth instead of talking ourselves within ourselves. So some lecture, some college, some university, anybody can try and link up with Arvind Tripathi, or if there is a local resource persons are there, we need not come all the way from Delhi all the time. If they want, they can come, but things should happen. This is my. And one more thing, I would like to give you my experience. I was in US last 4 months. I came back on 1 month back only. I visited 15 cities, north, south, east, west, and met minimum 500 youth. And we could select 50 coordinators who offered themselves as a US coordinators group banaya. And for that, Amara Girija Shankar Patak is IT director for Bank of America. He stays in New Jersey. He looks after all the United States work. And the name, they are registering another body, Youth for Sanatan Heritage, because they can't call it Youth for Nation there. They are calling it Youth for Sanatan Heritage. And things are going on. And I would like to tell you, in my tour, I came across our own people telling their own children they are not worried about India. They say, why should I worry about India? I'm an American citizen. Why should I care for India, poor country, corrupt country? That is the youth. Our friend circle me. That's what they express. Then I told them, okay, you be a good US citizen. You are loyal to US citizen, you should be. But remember, you are inherited with the greatest privilege of which no other nation, no other people in the world has got the privilege. That is the tradition of civilization. And if you want to, they are all intelligent. So I told their parents, if you want to date the civilization when it started, come on, go ahead. And when I was discussing with one of the professors, very intelligent professor, one Mr. Kaur, with whom I stayed one day, he was telling, when we are discussing, come on, date Rigveda time, doesn't matter. You try to, then it is there in the time of Rama, in the time of Bharata, Mahabharata, Rama, Harishchandra, everywhere it is there. No, they have done it. It is 15,000 BC. He said it. Very good. 15,000 BC, somebody has given that. If you go to Google, you won't find more than two. Nobody gives any value for Rigveda beyond 2000 BC. I have seen it while preparing for a conference. No Google gives you more than 2000 BC age for Rigveda. So these are the challenges we are facing. So without making much time, another 5 minutes I will take. Only thing is, several people are joining with all good intentions. IGs, IPS officers, IAS officers, retired secretaries, and retired generals, all of them. My request to them all is to take initiative themselves. Don't wait, somebody should arrange a lecture, something like that. We can take initiative and arrange a lecture. You yourself go and address, or you can invite our colleagues who are good resource persons, making the talk interesting to the students and giving them confidence. We belong to a great country. We are going to be great. That is the purpose of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Is a beautiful word, and we have to. And if that is achieved, nothing. And one more thing I tell you, we as an organization don't assume that we cover everything, all the nations. No, we can't touch even 1% or less than 1% of the students. If you see the student population, about 14 lakhs or 15 lakhs every year going out of the higher education students, and even more. So whatever we can do, let us do it effectively. Let us contribute it. Let us do it effectively. That is important. I am 82 years old. I don't believe in big speeches. We have heard in our life several speeches. Okay, but it has its own value. Okay, it gives some information. But one thing is, if that intellectual lecture is given through your heart is the feeling. When you feel from your heart, and that will go to the students, and it will impress the students. It will go a long way. That's my personal experience. We have to talk not from head. There are two centers in the head and the heart. Head should think and the heart should feel, and the flow should be from the heart. Whatever head thinks, it should flow from your heart to the hearts of the youth. Then we can achieve. This is, after all, what we are doing is not new. All our rishis and all our great men, all our great leaders did the same thing throughout the life. We are also trying to imitate them, and we are also trying to follow their footsteps and to keep our society strong, to keep our society intact, to keep our nation intact, keep our nation progress. This is what I want to say. I don't want to add anything. Please take it up. Everybody should take up. That is my appeal. Everybody should take up and there are 20 units. Out of that, 4 or 5 are little active. But if we want to reach 2 million people, we should have at least 100 meetings in a week. Every week we should conduct 100 meetings somewhere in India. Some other activities should take place. If you calculate 2 million ke liye, we have to at least 1 million in 1 year. We have to cover 10 lakhs in 1 year. That is 1 lakh in a month, at least 50,000. And so something can be covered by webinars also. But we prefer to go to personally and talk to. And I would like to tell you, for the people now, we are now trying to meet UP governor, and in the pipeline we are trying to meet Gujarat governor, Himachal, and Orissa. There are somebody who have got any contacts with this Himachal or Orissa. They can also initiate and help the uh, JTG or Arvindji or Lalit Bora is also active. Some central leadership, so that things will happen. So I appeal all these people. Several people are joined, well-meaning people, well placed in the society. They can themselves also so be in touch. And not only these states, if any state, Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh, anywhere, if you have any contacts, let us start with governor inauguration and go ahead. That is my request. Namaste.
Thank you, Professor G.S. Murthy ji. Now that was 82 years young professor.
ठीक है.
अब आप उनका जोश देखिए. जैसे हम मोदी जी की बात करते हैं कि जहां भी जाते हैं एक मीटिंग, दूसरी मीटिंग, तीसरी मीटिंग, चौथी मीटिंग, एक के बाद मीटिंग करते हैं, विदेशों में भी जाकर के. बिल्कुल उसी लहजे पे प्रोफेसर जीएस मूर्ति जी ने यूएस में एक रियल फ्लाइंग टूर किया और एक के बाद कितने ही सिटीज में कितनी मीटिंगें की और कितने लोगों से मिले और उनको यूथ फॉर नेशन के साथ जोड़ा. और यूथ फॉर नेशन ग्लोबल उसी का ये एक नतीजा है. तो हम सब लोग प्रोफेसर जीएस मूर्ति जी के लिए जरा जोर से ताली बजाएं और उनसे एक प्रेरणा लें कि इस उम्र में आकर भी वो देश को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, यूथ के अंदर एक वो जोश पैदा करने के लिए, एक वो अग्नि पैदा करने के लिए, एक ज्वाला पैदा करने के लिए उनके मन के अंदर, उनके दिल के अंदर, ताकि वो अपने आप को देश के प्रति पूरी तरह से न्यौछावर करने के लिए सदैव तत्पर रहें. अब मैं हमारे वाइस एडमिरल रमन पुरी जी हमारे बीच में हैं. मैं उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि सर 2-4 शब्द जरा आप बोल दे तो बहुत ही अच्छा होगा, क्योंकि वो कितने ही कॉलेजेस, यूनिवर्सिटीज में, ही इज लाइक अ थिंक टैंक फॉर द डिफेंस फोर्सेस हु कीप्स गाइडिंग इवन टुडे. एंड आई हैड द अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ serving not directly under him, but I saw him as a very, very senior officer. I was very junior to him. We used to call him a thorough technical, non-technical officer because he belongs to the executive branch, but he was a thorough technical officer. Sir, if you can enlighten us with your ideas, we'll be grateful. Professor Raman Puri ji. Vice Admiral Raman Puri ji. Sir, unmute. Sir, unmute. Sir, unmute.
Unmuting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jetli. Professor Murthy Saab, pranam to you once more after listening so much about your tour in US. I was there at the time, but I did not know about the widespread menu that you had in front of you and doing so many things. Arvind ji has laid out what Youth for Nation is and its objectives. And I must say, a lot of thought has gone into making those objectives. But I would say that, time is always a constraint. And with all these objectives, our ultimate aim should be that this nation continues to get the right leadership that is had today. We have not had this type of leadership since our days of independence. As a matter of fact, I would call those wasted years. As far as our cultural progress, as far as progress as of bringing the issue of nationalism in people. Nationalism had become a bad word at that, in my earlier days. If you see the foreign policy, they very clearly will tell you, if you ask them your policy, policy is basically to ensure that our self-interest is always maintained, and it doesn't matter, friends and foes are all temporary. It all depends on our national interest. I'm seeing that for the first time this is happening in our country. And this is basically nothing else but nationalism. Nationalism is good for those countries, but when it comes to developing countries, then it is not too good, because they want to enter our market, enter our thoughts, enter everything that we have. So it's important, I believe, that at least for the next 3 years, our objective should be very straightforward to ensure that we drill into the youth that we must have the right leadership in the country, and this is what we would like them to contribute. And for that, we must give them sufficient thought to clearly understand what is right leadership. What does it make to make a right leadership? And then make them clearly understand that it is their duty, because we are talking to university students, to go vote. While we don't say we are belonging to any political party or anything else, but our objective here has to be that no matter how much we fire the youth, if the leadership is going the other way, then this feeling will not come. And definitely, I believe India's unity lies in its culture. It is not political. We are culturally united, whether it is north, south, east, west, and Sanskrit is the clear indication of how united we are culturally. Because Kaka Gaga is the same all over India, except Tamil Nadu. But even there, so I don't want to say, I mean, a lot has been said, and I totally endorse what Murthy ji has said, that we have to, we have been talking to students, but I think the frequency of our talks, the number of volume of our talks, all that needs to increase. And we must be very clear that whatever area we take up in the next 45 minutes, we end up by telling the youth this clear message about leadership and the necessity to vote. Thank you very much.
Well done, well done. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Vice Admiral Raman Puri ji, for the beautiful advice, beautiful words you gave it to all of us. Now the next speaker I'm going to invite is Professor Durg Singh Chauhan ji. Professor D.S. Chauhan ji has been Vice Chancellor with a number of colleges or a number of universities. Now that proves how much deeply he has been connected with the youth, which is our target. So I think he is very right person to advise us how exactly we should be moving ahead to connect with these young students so that we are able to inspire them to be on the right path and continue to devote their energies for the nation. Dr. Durg Singh Chauhan sir.
Respected Murthy ji and Jetli ji, our dear Arvind ji is very always connecting every one of us. And I am just new to this group, so many of my friends I don't know. Only those who are attending our meeting since 4 or 5 times, them I little know. There's no doubt, as Murthy ji has gone to America, I had been there also for 6 years from 1988 to 94, being in NASA. And I started my activities from the temples. And lot of youth were coming over there, but they had lot of questions. The body of questions where how to respond them was a very difficult, task. But in Sanskrit, it is told, Vade Vade Jayate Tattu Bodha. The moment you interact with the people, they will become your friends. And if you don't interact, they will not be your friend. At least they will not communicate to you. They will not speak anything to you. So this is the one good thing we are doing. At least we are interacting with the people. They will come closer to us. Now we can decide in their paradigm what they want from us. The moment we will go to them, then we will also realize that what is their expectation from us and what is still lying, dormant where we can contribute. The present youth has got a lot of, dilemma. Just I will give you my own experience. From 90 to 95, the 10+2 schools of the rural background, they were, initiating their own students for writing examination, JEE examinations or any competitive examination. And there was a very good presence in the IITs. But the moment this JEE examination became hard and hard, the people started flocking in quota. Now it become very difficult for rural masses to join them because it is very costly. And now you can see the IIT has got very poor population from the rural background. If you just go through all these industries, you can find that the youth of the various universities, they are still at the crossroad. They want a lot of help from the senior people, very experienced people, because India has got now almost 50% population of the youth below 25 years of age. And we are the most young nation in the whole world because the people say that we are 65% youth, below 35% belongs to India in the whole population. If we just see the other scenario, I was just looking into the scenario of the US and Australia and Canadian universities. You can just see their entire universities are running because of these countries. Because if they have got 2.5 crores total number of the students, 1.5 crores are from the Asian countries. They are going and just completing their post-graduation. Because they are getting their job, they are absorbed, they can do variety of, the jobs over there. So India needs still, how to activate and inspire youth so they will find their own jobs here. They can do better or they can just coordinate with the foreign countries. And the same kind of the education we can also impart here by various channels. Now the government of India is also opening a lot of channels for such kind of the education. But the problem is this, the parents are not well educated. Out of the 1 million population, you can hardly find a person who is volunteer for guiding them. And then the curiosity of the students, they want all kind of the, help from the seniors. If they want to write examination, they want help. If they want to write competitive examination, they want help. Even for TOEFL or even GRE or GATE, for everything they need, help of the seniors. But nobody is there, them to give, free advice or the volunteer advice. Mostly people are charging, that is very heavy fees. Not everybody can afford. So what is actually I have just perceived from our Arvindji's lecture, if we are now 200, we can become, 10,000 because we are all senior people. We are all, the senior people population is also very heavy. It is not very small population. If you just take the population of India from 65 to 90 years of age, we are 13 crore people, you know. From even 75 years, 70 and above, 80, where we are all active, must be 5 crores. The half of the population in between, they are all highly educated. They are, even if we will have, 100,000 highly educated personals, they are all retired from the various good positions in 10 years. We can help the whole country. We can adopt the whole country. Even we have got hardly 1.5 million, villages. Hardly 5 villages will come on one person, and we can guide them very easily how to drive their life, towards prosperity. And these subjects matters, also we have to plan, because nowadays the dilution of our values, dilution of even reflections on various thoughts, it is going down and down day by day, because we are attacked by various, the forces, psychological forces, and they are not interacting to anybody. I was just walking in one of the campus of the university where I have seen youths, while they were talking one sentence, there was a one gali in the every sentence. And then one of them I just caught. Hold, what is your name? He told my name is Kesav. From where you learn all these kind of things? He told, sir, we are all friends, we talk like this. They cannot refrain from, these kind of things within friends. So we have to inculcate so they can imbibe the good values in their talk.
सुनील गुलाटी जी, नॉइज आ रहा है, म्यूट कर दीजिए।
हाँ सर, अनम्यूट कीजिए सर। चौहान सर, अनम्यूट कीजिए।
चौहान सर, आप अनम्यूट कीजिए। चौहान सर, you can unmute.
Yes, unmute.
Sir,
You are
please continue.
listening? Okay.
जी, sir.
So I think our group can go in various universities where a very positive kind of presentation, online PPT we can prepare, where there will be what you call the presentation with a lot of sketches and the facts and the figures of the real life. And if we can motivate them, if you just go through the history of the independence of India, I have just asked at one class, I think they were all preparing for UPSC examinations. Who was the father of the Subhash Chandra Bose? None of them could answer that who was the father of the Subhash Chandra Bose. So, they are just limited with the name, but they don't want to know about the total background of the great people of this country. Even Vivekananda, most of the people, they were just knowing there was a Vivekananda, but nobody has read his, even the, what you call the complete works of the Vivekananda. When this 100th year of the Chicago, that speech was celebrated in America, we, targeted 100 universities where the 100, the study circles were created, and the complete works in whole year be interacted and discussed. And there was a good response when there was a conference in Washington, D.C. Out of that, 500 people gathered over there. And they stayed for 3 days, listened everybody who came from India, and they were highly motivated. Now, still they are working over there. And I had gone in 2014. When I started work over there, there were only 22 centers. Now they have got 300 centers. So just you can see that the youth multiply always the positive activity, provided we have some committed and dedicated people who can initiate this kind of the activities. And nowadays, this leadership problem is there, because interaction, communication, and contents of the speech, reflection, reading, books, and large number of the books they can read, because the reading habit is also going down. At least the average of the reading under 20 page was earlier there, but nowadays it has come to a 10 page or 15 page every day. So I think the reading habit of youth, that is going down. They are just watching, the WhatsApp, this and that, and they are just, moving only on some aspects. So political drive, I am not saying that political drive is always very useful. Politics is always, because they are very dynamic. So their presence is always felt by the country. But the person who can just go, we have got 500,000, sadhu sannyasis, and they are also working every day. There are so many missions like Chinmaya mission or Ramakrishna mission. They are also working day and night. We can also create a positive energy. I was in the contact of various organizations. They are working in the youth, even society. And we can also initiate a proper, targeted population, which is neglected mostly, and they need a lot of help from us. And this age, because we are all like a sannyasi, because after the age of 70, we are just like we can renounce everything. Our God has given us everything, and wonderful family, they can support us. So we all can just move on certain targeted, not very, either we can have a very consolidated activities, or we can have a wider activities, but there must be an impact in society that we can, activate, or we can, we can, stimulate some kind of the positive response in the among youth. The moment you will have the youth at least under 200, they will carry on this activity in a multifold. What I have seen, if they are dedicated, their energy is always multiplied multifold. So I think that your 1 year is very satisfactory, but now the moment you grow second year, third year, then you have to consolidate your own vision and your own mission, and then we can come together online, offline. Lot of literature we have to create, and the people also we have to invite for joining our activity. Those who are really ignored by the society, but they have potential for giving impetus to society. And with these words, I just conclude my own experience, because I have done almost 60 years my active social life from one platform. And today I'm just free from all engagements. I'm now retired vice chancellor. Almost 21 years I was vice chancellor. So now there's nothing like that. But now I can join this group and contribute as much as I can, because I have no health problem. I can also take up my movement also because I belong to Rajasthan, but I devoted my whole life in UP, and hardly 3-4 years I was in South as a RSS Pracharak in Tamil Nadu. So I have got my own experience across the country, so I can easily enjoy this kind of activity. And thank you.
Thank you very much. Dhanyavad, sir. Professor Chauhanji. Clearly, the more you speak, I think it's always very short of words, we can say. There are lesser words to thank you for the the experience that you bring in and the guidance we can have from you. So thank you very much for your words. Commander Jetli ji is actually unfortunately gone offline, so I will take it from here. हमारे साथ नेक्स्ट स्पीकर जनरल वीके चतुर्वेदी जी हैं. Lieutenant General VK Chaturvedi was part of 71 War Regiment of artillery. He participated in many operations since then and was awarded Sena Medal, Param Vishisht Seva Medal, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, and of course a soldier never retires. So to sir to you.
Thank you so much, Arvind. After such wonderful words of wisdom from Professor Murthy, Admiral Ramanpuri, Professor Chauhan, and an excellent presentation by you, it is very difficult to do something even more, but I'll try and do justice to the time that you have given me. Honorable Murthy sir, I came in contact with him about, I'll say, 5 years back. And I was so impressed by the energy that he generates. And he ensures that the other man puts in his best in whatever he is doing. I had accompanied him to Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada, when the CA agitation was at its peak. And basically, he wanted me to address the college students, the school students, the medical college, engineering college, Lions Club. On an average, he ensured that I took 5 lectures and spoke to people in a day. That was his energy. And he accompanied me everywhere. And he also spoke. So one could not ever say no to anything that he wanted me to do. Such an inspiring figure. And even today, one has to learn a lot from Professor Murthy. His commitment, his sincerity, his dedication is, I think, par excellence. Professor Chauhan, I have just very lately known, but today I have heard his words of wisdom. Ajay ji, Girja Shankar ji, Balaji, Professor Ram Murthy, Sadeva ji, Commander Jetli and Arvind ji, we have been interacting at a very, very frequent intervals. And every time that one feels that they are the people who want to really take this movement ahead. We started last year on 10th October. Professor Kutiala from Higher Education of Haryana, he was another big help to us thereafter, after we made the first beginning on 10th October last year at Haryana Bhavan, where we decided on our aims, we decided on our objectives, we decided how we are going to go about it. General Malik was there that day. Today, I think he's not very well from the health point of view. Brigadier R.V. Sharma was there. They also had been tremendously touring the country to motivate the children. Why the youth? I think it is very clear from what Professor Chauhan said that India is a young country. 65% of our population is below 35 years of age. We have just celebrated 75 years of our independence, and we are going to celebrate 100 years in 2047. These 25 years are going to be most important in the life of our country. We are a developing country, and we have to ensure that we do not miss out these 25 years. When India is young, India is on the move, education is We are doing extremely well as far as education is concerned. The infrastructure is on the move. The health system is on the move. There is desire in each Indian to do well. However, there is also, when you start growing up and moving on to the path of development and towards laurels, there are n number of people who do not want you to grow. And that's what is happening. Today, at the drop of a hat, India is criticized. Our culture is criticized. We are called intolerant, whereas if you come to think, I don't see a country which is as tolerant, as I'll say, living in harmony, goodwill, than what today in India we are doing. You go to any country, there are enough problems, and there are laws and other things. They do try to control things. But in India, it is because of our culture, our acceptance, and our love for humanity that brings us together. So the narrative has to be this narrative of anti-India, creating a rift within India, and trying to establish that India is intolerant is there. So we have, most of us have done our 40 odd years into the services with elegance and grace. Today is the time to give back to the society, to give back to the nation. And therefore, I feel this is the right resource who can guide the next generation of our people, who are going to be really the nation builder of our country. We have taken Swami Vivekananda, young at the age of 33, he had left this world. But within those 38 years, what he created and the impact that he made in the world is even today remembered. His writings, his teaching, his speeches are worth emulating. People talk about it even today. Netaji's Subhash Chandra Bose, coming from a very well-to-do family, having got the best of education, having got selected for the ICS, that time Imperial Civil Services, he gives up that service post Jallianwala Bagh and then takes a vow to defeat the mighty British Empire. He creates the Indian National Army, which was on almost at the fag end of his existence, which was initially created by Mohan Singh. He reorganized it, recreated it, rejuvenated the Indian National Army. And this created 60,000 motivated Indians who operated in the worst mountainous region, the jungle terrain, even where the inhospitable terrain, where even today movement is not so easy. And what motivation? He defeated the mighty British Empire at Moirang. These are all young chaps. You take Shahid Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad, Asafullah Khan, Ram Prasad Bismil, Bhatkeshwar Dutt, all of them in their 30s and 20s. So the nation is to, if it has to grow, our youth, our children have to play a major role. And that is what is the aim of Youth for Nation, Rashtrath Yuva, ya Yuva Desh ke liye, which we have called. And that is what we need to nurture. We have to ensure that they are on the right lines. They have some nationalistic feeling, which Admiral Puri just talked about. That is what we have to inculcate in them. And this is our onerous responsibility. If we fail today, we would have failed the nation. We would have failed India. We would have failed our Bharat. What Professor Murthy has set a target. He has said by 2025, we have to at least 25,000 colleges we have to visit and give our talks to them. And what we need to tell them is basically our history, what our Prime Minister talked on 15th August from the ramparts of Red Fort. That is, in a sense, what we need to talk. Those 5 प्रण, पहला कि हमको 2047 तक विकसित भारत बनाना है, और विकसित भारत बनाने के लिए हमें क्या करना है? These infrastructure development, education, health, science, technology, all this will grow. But we have to ensure that the per capita income of each and every individual per year becomes around 14 to 15 lakhs. And that is our job. So for that, we have to tell them कि what does developed nation means. विकसित भारत क्या मतलब है? तो ये हमने उनको बताना है. दूसरा जो प्रण है, हमको गुलामी की जो सोच है उससे बाहर आना है. The beginning has been made by naming Rajpath as the Kartavya. And this is what we have to. Why should we have so many places where we are remembering those Mughal period and British period, whereas we have 5,000, 6,000 years of our own history, which is not there. Very few Indians know such a great cultural history. And that needs to be, I think, the new education policy will definitely do justice to it. Third is हमारी धरोहर और हमारी विरासत के बारे में हमने संजो के रखना है, उसको आइडेंटिफाई करना. हमारी धरोहर है, हमारी भाषा, हमारी रिवाज, हमारा कल्चर, हमारी संस्कृत, हमारे संस्कार, हमारे फेस्टिवल्स, दिस इज ऑल. हमारी रहन सहन, हमारा पोशाक, हमारी वेशभूषा, this is all. We must take pride in it. We must identify ourselves wherever we go. We must take pride. हमको गर्व के साथ कहना चाहिए कि this is my dress, this is my festival, this is my रीत रिवाज. When we start talking, the world will respect us. This is the third, and then the fourth is एकता in एकजुटता. विविधता में एकता is our greatest strength, and that has to be ensured that अगर बिहू एक तरफ है, पोंगल एक तरफ है, गरबा गुजरात में है और नॉर्थ इंडिया में दिवाली मन रही है, तो we have to ensure that all this cultural heritage of ours is, we all take pride, we all celebrate. So ekta and ekjutta is the fourth, and the last is kartav, dayit. The Indians, I think, when we got our independence and we made our constitution, the constitution maker, that time the spirit of nationalism was so high that they realized that we will always do our duties. And therefore, fundamental duties did not get that much importance. But fundamental rights, we gave adhikar, but duties were directive principles. Therefore, today we have failed in the last 20, 30 years. We have forgotten to do our dayitva, and we have continued to ask for our rights. And this must be impressed upon our youth of the nation, that dayitva and kartavya, राष्ट्र के प्रति, समाज के प्रति, and the परिवार के प्रति, इंडिविजुअल के, अपने भाई बहन, माता पिता, पत्नी, बच्चों के प्रति, देश के प्रति, ये सब उनका दायित्व, they must do. We cannot have what sometimes what we saw, that people were burning the train, people were burning the railway lines, buses and all. This is our property, this is हमारी अपनी संपत्ति है, हम इसको कैसे बर्बाद कर सकते हैं? That should be total. राष्ट्र प्रेम is something which is the highest प्रेम. वो इससे बड़ा कोई प्रेम नहीं है. Similarly, राष्ट्र भक्त से बड़ी कोई भक्ति नहीं है, राष्ट्र सेवा से बड़ी कोई सेवा नहीं है. और राष्ट्र प्रथम की भावना हमको अपने यूथ में, अपने जो बच्चे हैं, इनमें भरनी है, और तभी भारत प्रगति के पथ पे आगे चलेगा. भारत का जो इतिहास है, ज्ञानवीरों की धरती है। फ्रॉम सुश्रुत के टाइम से, पाणिनि के टाइम से आप ले लीजिए, कौटिल्य, और बाद में सीवी रमन, रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर, आज भी सत्या नडेला, और ये सब विश्व में हमारा नाम रोशन कर रहे हैं। तो यहाँ ज्ञानवीरों की कमी नहीं है, ज्ञान की कमी नहीं है। हर बच्चा भारत का ज्ञान से भरपूर है। भारत दानवीरों की है। भारत में आपने बस एक डिमांड करना है कि ये भारत को चाहिए, और आप देखेंगे कि भारत में दान देने वालों को मेरे 71 वॉर में देखा है जिस तरह से हमारे माताओं बहनों ने अपनी गहने, अपनी जो भी कुछ पैसा जेब में था सब देश के लिए दे दिया। और आज भी ये हरिश्चंद्र की धरती है, ये कर्ण की धरती है, ये सती सावित्री की धरती है। और इसलिए अगर आप देखें तो मैं समझता हूं कि ये चीजें हमको बतानी है अपने बच्चों। भारत शूरवीरों की धरती है। भारत में आज भी कोई भी जिस तरह से अगर आप देखें, देश पे बलिदान होने में किसी ने आज तक एक कदम पीछे नहीं है। हर एक हमारे वीर ने अपने सीने पे रिजांगला किया। आप देखिए 120 जवान में से 113 जवान बलिदान हो गए, और 7 जो बचे थे वो भी घायल थे और लड़ने के काबिल नहीं थे, लेकिन उन्होंने उस चोटी को चीनियों के कब्जे में नहीं आने दी। तो ये हमारी चीजें हैं जो विश्व में कहीं नहीं मिलेंगी। आपने देखा अफगानिस्तान में किस तरह से द माइटी, द सबसे बड़ी जो मॉडर्न आर्मी, आर्म फोर्सेस अपने आप को कहती है, वो किस तरह से वहां से चले गए। तो ये चीज अभी आपको भारत में कभी नहीं मिलेगी। भारत की ये ताकतें हैं, इसको हमने सबको बताना है, और तब जब बताएंगे तब वो अपने आप उनमें एक मनोबल बढ़ेगा, उनमें एक अपने जो मैं कहिए कि देश के प्रति एक आदर सम्मान बढ़ेगा, और जो विश्व में खड़ा होकर बड़े कॉन्फिडेंटली कहेगा कि मैं भारत से हूं। मॉडर्निटी इज definitely is of mind. We should have adequate knowledge to discuss the space technology, the cyber warfare with the best in the world. But when it comes to tradition, that is our identity. वो हमारी अपनी है. We must take pride in that, and with pride say कि this is my language, this is my dress, and this is what I'll put it on. So इन चीजों के बारे में हमने सबने बताना है. और मैं कहूंगा जो भरा नहीं है भावों से, जिसमें बहती रसदार नहीं, वह हृदय नहीं है, पत्थर है, जिसमें स्वदेश का प्यार नहीं। और ये स्वदेश का प्यार हमको हर जन जन में, हर हमारे बच्चे में, उसके दिल में बैठाना है, तभी हम इस पे आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि हम आज 1 वर्ष पूरा कर चुके हैं। काफी हमने अचीव किया है। अरविंद जी ने बहुत मेहनत की है, प्रोफेसर मूर्ति ने हम लोगों को बहुत डायरेक्शन दिए हैं, कभी कभी टोका भी है। आज भी उन्होंने जो बात कही है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हमने थ्योरेटिकल बहुत अच्छा बना लिया है, लेकिन उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने में हम अभी पूरी तरह से सफल नहीं हुए हैं। और यह हमने करना है। जब तक हम कॉलेजेस में नहीं पहुंचेंगे, उनसे बच्चों से बात नहीं करेंगे, डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे, उसका इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा। तो इन सब चीजों को जब हम देखते हैं, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है, हमने यूपी इलेक्शन के पहले करीब 70-80 कॉलेजेस में वेबिनार के जरिए और 1-2 कॉलेजेस में फिजिकली जाकर हम लोगों ने एड्रेस किया था, और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि उसका जरूर इफेक्ट पड़ा है। और ये सब चीजें इंटेंजिबल हैं, इमीडिएटली नहीं नजर आती, लेकिन आपको लॉन्ग टर्म में मालूम पड़ेगा, जिस तरह से बच्चे में, क्योंकि हर बच्चा भारतीय है, हर बच्चे में देश प्रेम की है, उसको जागृत करना हमारा कर्तव्य है। भारत एक सशक्त, सक्षम, समृद्ध, सुदृढ़, संवेदनशील, स्वावलंबी, स्वाभिमानी भारत बने, यही हम सबकी कामना है। और उसके लिए यूथ फॉर नेशन का जो एक स्थापना हुई है, मैं समझता हूं कि इसकी तरफ हम लोग आगे बढ़े। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है प्रोफेसर मूर्ति जी की लीडरशिप में, क्योंकि इनका जो टोटल कमिटमेंट है निस्वार्थ भाव से है, और ये जरूर सफल होंगे. I have no doubt we will all succeed. उठो धरा के वीर सपूतों, पुनः नया निर्माण करो, भारत के जन जन में नव स्फूर्त नव प्राण भरो. और यही कामना के साथ मेरा अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय भारत. यह भारत हमको जान से भी प्यारा है. Let us together ensure that our youth is motivated and works towards making Bharat a developed nation by 2047. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. जय हिंद.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you sir for such inspiring words and views as always. So once again, thank you. Now we are reaching towards the end of the session. So I would allow, I'm sure people must be looking to speak as well. So if anyone who is also looking to speak for 2 minutes, probably that will be, just raise your hand. And yeah, Satyaji, go ahead. Unmute, please. Gyanenji, I think you have to unmute.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening to everyone, and quite an inspiring talk by my seniors, Professor Murthy, then Commander Jaitley, Arvindji, then General Chaturvedi ji, and then Admiral Puri Saab, and also Dr. Chauhan. I won't take much time. I'm just talking about in my view of focus. Maybe 2 more things which I would like to add. Arvindji is aware of it because I have been writing about them quite often. One thing which I would like to add is, the first thing is about character building. Now we know that character is the foundation for everything which has to be built upon as blocks on top, whether it is technology, whether it is science, whether it is arts, whether it is political leadership, or whatever position one would like to take up in the society. And General Chaturvedi and others have already, Professor Chauhan has already spoken about the detriments or about the negative forces which are already there. I would not want to touch upon them. Now, when there is so much of negativity around, probably it is the time we need to build our character. Because when there was COVID, what did we do first? We insulated ourselves. We took the vaccine. We have inoculated ourselves, and we developed immunity. Now, unless that kind of an immunity is developed in the youth, character, manasa, vacha, karmani, right? By their thought, by their speech, and also by their actions. So how do we develop this character? By ethics, by morals, by, again, the things which Arvindji has talked about, by including these things as maybe the case studies, maybe the stories of people. So probably we need to give this also as much focus as we give to other topics. Unless we build the character of people, I think nothing is going to happen. Now, probably the character is one which is waning, which is on the departure almost, as generation or after generation comes, because of the external attractions and distractions. The character is becoming weak, and they go wherever the wind flows. So probably we'll have to attend to that. The character building will have to be probably, in my view, that is the first step. We will have to build character.
Agreed.
And after that, whatever we do will be really, it will not be superficial, but it will really get embedded on the people. So that is the first thing which I will talk about. Second thing,
Great.
we are
Thank you. Acha.
One more thing, some small thing, if you don't mind. Sorry.
Arvindji.
Yes, sir.
It's only comment and brief. Let
Yeah,
us not
please,
make.
please everybody keep it brief. 2 minutes,
Okay,
that's
sir.
all. Because others also want to speak.
Only brief point. When we
Yes,
talk
sir.
about culture, I feel that there should be a reference to the scriptures. Because
Yes.
our culture's basis is scriptures. And everything comes dharma, artha, kama, moksham. Otherwise, unless there is scriptures, there are a lot of doubts in people's mind. Why do we worship 33 crores of
Yes.
gods? Are there? Why do statues? Why this? Why that? Unless we are aware of the scriptures, no culture. Culturally, people will not be educated. And one
Agreed.
last point: whenever people speak about culture or dharma or Sanatan dharma, there becomes a big, right, spark. People think, oh my God, this is something which should not be touched upon. Dharma is not the thing we are talking about. No, why?
All right, so
Dharma,
Satyaji, probably this is a long talk discussion. I think
Yeah.
something to talk about in future.
Only
So these
question and
Let's
answer.
this is about question answer. So Anil Singh ji, you have raised your hand.
Question and
Namaskar.
answer are
Anil
brief
Singh,
comment.
yes.
Brief
Namaskar,
comment
Professor
or
Murthy.
question and answer.
आप सबको
Namaste.
नमस्कार नमस्कार सर। मैं एक फैकल्टी हूँ यूनिवर्सिटी में और मेरी अरविंद जी से भी बात हुई थी कि हम लोग कुछ काम कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मैं अभी अंधेरे में हूँ कि कैसे करना है, क्या कर सकते हैं। क्या आप कोई स्टैंडर्ड प्रेजेंटेशन आप दे सकते हैं? मैं ही यहाँ लेक्चर ले सकता हूँ या आप में से कोई यहाँ आ सकते हैं? एक यूनिवर्सिटी, प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी है, उससे मैं अटैच्ड हूँ, गेस्ट फैकल्टी हूँ। तो यहाँ पर काफी यूथ है, काफी प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं और फॉर्चुनेटली यहाँ जो डीन स्टूडेंट अफेयर्स के हैं वो भी वेटरन है, जनरल AK सिंह है यहाँ पर। तो बहुत जल्दी ही हमारी बात हो सकती है, रोल आउट कर सकते हैं।
हाँ, I talked to General Chaturvedi ji actually to talk to him. So
Yes.
yeah, maybe General Chaturvedi ji will
Yeah.
revert back
This
on
is
that.
Since I am in the campus today, I can roll out, I can take this opportunity to meet him tomorrow. What
sir,
we
which
can
is
do-
this place?
Sir,
which is this place?
NIT campus, NIT Nimrana.
We can do that, sir. And General AK Singh, this is the one from Armored Corps or Infantry wale?
Sir, I don't have that idea.
I gave you some number. Na, आपको दिया था, I gave you the number to talk to.
Today morning I met him. Actually, I could not break out the
Well,
topic. Because-
if you can speak to him, we will. Nirvana is not very far. We have adequate people. We would love to go there. There is no issue at all.
on behalf of you, I'll meet him tomorrow.
Sir,
Right.
but if you can also, sir, talk to him beforehand, I think that will be great, sir.
Yes.
Nimrana, I had gone for your 2F inspection, and Rajendra Singh Pamar is my classmate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He is the main force. Kamal Singh ji is there. Kamal Singh ji is there. Yes, sir.
We are all, Sindhya school.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Professor Chauhan, you are very right, sir. So we can easily do that actually. Since we have a target, an ambitious target of reaching up to, say, what Professor Murthy has told us. And this is a low-hanging fruit which we can do.
Yes, sir. And Anandji, I think so. I will talk to you. And yes, I know. I mean, you have given numbers, so I will follow up with General Sahab also, and I will arrange a talk for tomorrow morning itself. So somebody will, so he will talk to, and then you can.
Then I can coordinate with him actually. After
Yes.
General Chaturvedi talks to him,
Yeah,
it will be easier to. Yes,
I will arrange it. I will arrange that tomorrow morning.
AK Singh from Ahmad, I know him, sir.
He may be. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fayom ji from Arunachal Pradesh, you have raised your hand, please. Unmute yourself.
Is it okay, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
I am from Arunachal Pradesh. I stay at Itanagar, and I'm a government servant. Hello.
But
My voice is going, sir.
you are
Yes,
not
yes,
audible.
Yeah, now
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear.
me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Signal problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We have some network problem. Yeah.
Now it is
Yeah.
clear.
We have network problem out here.
Now it is clear.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah.
You talk to.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have been added to the forum in Y4N Nation. I'm really grateful to Lalit Bora, sir. So I just wanted to add, sir, from Northeast, I think the Northeast has to be connected with other part of India. That is, beyond West Bengal. Actually, we are less known people in other parts of India, in other parts of state. And still today, actually, my daughters, the younger daughter, she got her admission at KIT. There, she was asked whether she is a Nepali. Where she has got her hostel form filled up, where she wrote Indian and Arunachal Pradesh as the address. And still she was asked by the warden that is she from Nepal? So I think, sir,
Extremely sad.
Really
yeah.
sad.
It's written, sir. She just submitted her form. It's written there, Arunachal Pradesh, nationality Indian, but she was asked whether she is Nepali. And no doubt our looks is something like that. We have Mongoloid face. And even
No, but you
wherever
once when
sometimes
you have written there, when you
Yes,
have
sir,
written there, there is no question.
we'll interact further.
It's very
We'll have-
sad, ma'am, but
that is what I just wanted to add, sir. I just wanted to add, Northeast people, we know all over India. We know all India. I mean, but other states of India has to connect with Northeast.
Agree.
Because
yes, ma'am.
I
Totally.
think Northeast is one of the prime land for India, where
Yes.
the all Indian must know Northeast people. We Northeast people are not less behind. We are also equally. We feel the nationalism in Arunachal Pradesh. Definitely, we used to greet with Jai Hind. I think
Yes,
many
ma'am.
of
That's
us
what
know.
you speak better Hindi than us. I've been to Arunachal quite a lot. I've spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, we speak Hindi. We speak Assamese. We used to speak Bengali also. Basically, we are say little bit of polyglot. We used to speak so many languages. We can speak little bit of Nepali also.
No.
We used
Now
to
things are
we
changing.
speak Hindi. We speak
Arun-
English. We speak our own language. Yeah.
People do not know that you have in Arunachal 400 caste and creed. You must tell them, everybody in this forum. Unless
Yes.
you tell them, people will not understand us and
yeah.
follow us.
I
Already
absolutely.
Arunachal itself 400.
I
in
Nagaland
Yes,
is
sir.
200.
Yes, she's absolutely correct. We need to
600
let
languages
people.
we have.
Sir, Northeast is connected to India, but India is not connected to Northeast.
I agree. This is some
And
sort of
one more thing, sir, I just
We are-
wanted to,
we are
sir, I
putting
just
our
wanted
level
to
best.
add one
We'll
more
do
thing,
it.
one information.
No,
Ma'amji,
Yeah,
Lalit,
I wanted
Ma'amji,
to
Colonel Bora, hold on.
Bora-
Colonel Bora, hold on.
Sir,
From
I wanted to add
No,
one
I
more
want
thing.
to clarify, Mrs. Pam. We will do it. I will do it for entire Northeast. You just
Yes,
don't have to bother.
we
Please, I
will
will
do
take all
it.
support from my team.
Yeah,
And you
Yes.
see that will be changing.
We will do it,
yeah.
and it
So
is
one more
happening,
thing, I
and it
just
will
wanted
happen.
to add. Yes, sir,
Okay.
I just wanted to add. In Arunachal Pradesh, I belong to Tai Khamti tribe, and this is the only tribe that we have our own script. That is the Thai script, the only script
Okay.
in existence.
We'll have more interaction when we come there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
Just
Paham.
on the fact that we will have more interaction, can I say a few words? I need taking off from her. I think the lecture material that or guidance that we make will perhaps have to be region, state specific, because the
Yes.
issue is different states. For example, if you go to the south and try to give the talk that we are given somewhere here, it'll maybe especially in some parts of the country. In Northeast, we have to, when we make a talk over there, we have to really understand Northeast a bit and then tailor our talk towards
Admiral
what
Saab,
is
Admiral
required.
Saab, this we will discuss separately in our core group. Namaste.
Yes, sir.
Namaste.
We will discuss
Thank
separately.
you. Yeah, Sunil Gulati ji, you want to speak something?
Who?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that 65% of our population is youth, no doubt. And out of this youth population, how much goes to college? That percentage is also not significant. So when we say youth for nation, and especially like what we saw, the train burning and all that. So let us be aware that all these people who come out for the riots, for all these things, they are people who have unfortunately not been able to get into the higher education. So that is the target group which we would be missing if we talk only of college education. And so that is what one thing which worries me. So when we talk of youth, we should cover the youth to whom bread and butter matters most. And we should look at the skill development. And I have been repeatedly saying that if we want to save this youth, we should cover skill development under Manrega. Every youth, we should force the government to include skill development under Manrega, so that every youth should be able to learn at least 3 skills during his lifetime. And he should try which skill suits him, so that at least they have something by which they can fill their tummy. So once the fellow becomes busy in filling the tummy, then he'll not get into violence and all. And that category, if we just go to colleges, we'll be missing out. So that is my humble submission, that we should somewhere get into. Yes, sir.
Gulati ji, I would like to submit my humble reply to you. There are about 50 to 60 lakhs graduates coming out of the country every year, or even more. 5% is about 7 crores. At least 1 crore is college going all over India. And you can't even touch them. We can't discuss everything, and Manrega and other youth. There are other bodies to talk. You can't, according to our availability, our resources, we can't even touch 1% of the college students. Even that is, so we should not think of everything. What we can do, let us do.
Yeah, I agree. My point is that since we are working as Youth for Nation, we should look at the policy options, which reforms we can bring in the policies, so that youth is constructively engaged. The youth which is not constructively engaged.
We are addressing 11th and 12th class. So we are addressing 11th and 12th class, and these boys are 11th and 12th class. Most of them.
Well, at policy level, a lot of things are required. We'll talk about it further also. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. So I guess now it's 8 o'clock, 8:05. I hope I don't see anyone else raising hand. So great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And once again, congratulations.
Hey, Lalit Bora wants to speak.
I want to speak and address my Northeast people mainly, so that they should be introduced, each and every one of my member, what is our problems, how we have gone about for last 12 years, what steps we have done. Murthy sir, what he has faced on 2010, 11 and 15. So people should understand us more better, more closely and more harmoniously, so that we can go ahead further with the help of all elite member of the team.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel Boraji, as always. And
no, I have not finished that. Just one more minute, please. We have started, as said the General Malik ji, Brigadier R.V. Singh, General Kamath. That time it was IIT type. I also had little contribution. Air Marshal Suri, then Admiral Puri. We have been working with the great, this thing. I have to learn from them. And this thing, I want to emulate it and put it on my Northeast people. I am sure with your blessings, with the help of you all, I will be putting maximum efforts to make my all 8 states almost.
Thank you, Boraji. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, Colonel Boraji. So,
okay.
Thank you. So, it was once again, congratulations to everyone, all of you, on the first year that we have gone through. And I'm sure when we meet next year, we would have done lot more activities, and probably all chapters would be activated by then, and we would be reaching out to the colleges and universities in our various states, universities. So that's very encouraging and very exciting times ahead. And I would request all of you to just get on the grounds, and whichever support you think or you need, we all are in this together. We all can cross help each other also. So Great. Thank you everyone. So thank you, Professor Murthy ji, once again for your so much inspiring words.
No
as
necessity,
always.
but
And
Murthy ji need not be
you.
thanked.
sir. And it is your
Thank you so much,
brainchild,
sir.
sir, of course.
Namaste.
And thank
Namaste,
you,
General
General
sir.
Chaturvedi ji, for your kind words, sir. And Professor Chauhan ji, sir, as always, the more I find out from you, the more I feel more is to be yet to be heard from you. So as always, thank you, sir. And likewise, Admiral Puri, sir, aapse to whenever we talk, every time there is something unique and to hear. So thank you very much. And Gyanen Singh ji, aapne bahut acha Zoom session and everything you arranged. And so thank you very much. And likewise, thank you all for coming out and joining this session and coming from Northeast and everywhere. All I can see the people from all places all over the India. So that's really good thing. A lot of people.
We pray that Arvind succeeds in getting ourselves registered in next 10 days.
Yes, sir. We are trying definitely.
Yes.
And a lot of people who haven't joined, we have this video on YouTube as well. But having said this, a lot of work ahead for us to do. So once again, congratulations to everyone, and let's keep going and add and find out more like-minded people. Add to our chapters so that we can build strength on top of this. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaskar,
Namaste, Chavan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Professor Murthy, sir.
सबको नमस्ते.
General Sahab,
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you, Admiral.
Namaste, sir.
Admiral Puri, sir. Thank you very much.
सबको thank you. शुभकामनाएं.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Pankaj is there?
Pankaj ji, where is Pankaj?